Taoist Magic Talk Show brought to you by Taoist Master Ji Sifu and King Dragon Taoism. ผู้亮天尊 Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. This is your Ji Sifu right here, and today we have a very special and different episode because in the previous episodes we have been talking about like spiritual magic and all that kind of that kind of stuff, right? So this episode is a little bit different. We're going to talk about Taoist martial art. So what is the point and what is the difference between normal, ordinary, or other types of martial art and Taoist martial arts? And also, why should you practice this stuff? First of all, Taoist martial art is not like, oh, let's do some Tai Chi and then go to the park and do Tai Chi. Okay, that's not it. A very commonly misunderstood thing is that Taoist martial art must be slow and must be very relaxed, and it has some like meditation effect and that kind of thing. And well, if you like go on Google and do a search, right, most people will be very much on the like the Tai Chi, Qigong kind of side, and no, that is not. Okay, so today we're gonna get into the secrets, the secrets of the Taoist martial art, so that you will understand this subject without spending like many years trying to like get it and still don't get it. A lot of people out there do Tai Chi and they claim they're doing Taoist Tai Chi, and well, after like 50 years they don't even know what's the difference between this and the ordinary Tai Chi. It's just almost like the same thing, and so what's the difference? And then it just get people confused because you practice that stuff a lot and you don't know why, and what's so special about this? What's the point of Taoist martial art? Okay, so let me put it this way, okay? To dig into this subject, I will use a very direct way to tell you the answer. I'm not going to lead you through all the philosophies and things like that, okay? So, what's the difference? In short, okay? Short, without going in loops. What is the difference between Taoist martial art and ordinary martial art? Well, ordinary martial art is born for fighting. Human, animals, physical things, right? So, very like long time ago, in the ancient time when we were still like a caveman, right? We invented martial art. Different cultures and tribes and whatever groups of people, they invented martial art to defend themselves. So it doesn't really matter, like Chinese, African, whatever. We all have our own martial art because we have the need to fight. We defend ourselves from animals, okay? Animals invasion, like a bear or some cows or whatever going into your village and then crashing down your stuff, okay? So you need some kind of way to strengthen the people up and allow them to understand how to fight. There's a way to train yourself so that you can defend yourself, right? And then eventually it leads to human fighting human. So there goes like war, right? So one village fight the other village because they are fighting over something, and then people take tools and like take an axe or whatever, and there goes some skills is needed to fight better than the other side who is just like trying to do whatever, right? So with skills you can win fights. That is ordinary martial art. You're fighting against physical living beings, okay? Let's say living beings. It also extends to physical abilities such as like, oh, you can walk faster, you can be more balanced than like an untrained person, or you can like lift heavier objects and whatever, right? It deals with the physical world and it benefits you that way. So imagine like you're a kid, right? You're a kid about 5 to 8 years old, right? And you start practicing ordinary martial art. Doesn't matter which type, okay? So any kind of martial art. And then when you're like 13 or something, compared to someone who haven't done any martial arts, you will see that you have a better control over your body. You have more strength, more flexibility, and more balance and better focus. That is the effect of ordinary martial art. And then whatever else that you do in the physical world, even you're not fighting. Let's say you went to play ball game, or you went to like let's say camping. Okay, well you can apply your power, your strength, uh, your flexibility onto whatever you're doing, and it will help you. Even if you like going on a bus, okay? Oh, the bus is like rocking back and forth, and then people are like, going like shifting around and losing their balance. Well, you have martial art, right? So you should be able to balance yourself much better than an ordinary person, right? So you can see, right? If someone's falling because they lost balance and things like that, they will be saved by you because you have the ability to save other people as well with your skills and power, right? So that's ordinary martial art. Now, here's the thing. Taoist martial art also does that, but what's so special about it that other martial art doesn't focus on is that we cultivate this special power inside our body. We call that Qi. And the Qi is not like, I can, like by distance, start a fire with my palm or something like that. Those are scams stuff on the internet, okay? We'll talk about what is Qi later on. But the power of Qi is that you can cultivate this martial art, right? First, it does an impact on yourself. It will change your mindset, your soul, which means that the way you think and the way how your energy inside communicates with your body. And when you're matured in this stuff, the fruit, like the end goal, is that you can apply it back onto the Telus magic. And because of that, you can then use your body or with tools to apply your powers better on the Taoist magic. And also when we cultivate things like soul traveling or doing, let's say, an exorcism or magic battle, things like that. And we need to use our body to, let's say, attack the evil spirits or attack the evil, like sorcerers' side. Okay, like maybe you're attacking their altar or you're attacking their spirits and whatever things. Okay, so in order for you to attack the other side and have that power to actually, like, let's say you're punching, okay? Let's say your punches right now, you're untrained. Your punches can only attack or hit or have impact on things in the physical world. But if you see a ghost, let's say, okay, in exorcism, if you're being attacked by the ghost or the spirit, right, your punches doesn't work. It doesn't go through the other dimension. It doesn't work. But if you are cultivated in this Taoist martial art, you have that special power. You can punch through the dimensions and actually attack the other side and actually make impacts in their world. And that is very important. So if you never cultivated Taoist martial art, you cannot touch the other world. It's very hard. So as you can see, that's the end goal, the purpose. Okay, what's your purpose of studying? Because I want to become a doctor. Okay, so at the end, you want to be a doctor, and so you, as a doctor, can save people by using your knowledge, right? You can be doing what you have, you have been studying. You can apply that to people and save them. Taoist martial art, your end goal is to become a Taoist in practice, like a Taoist priest in practice, so that you can apply those powers to whatever you're doing, like our professions, right? And what does Taoist priest do? Taoist priests don't just like go around and do like seminar and open talk show and things like that. We don't do that. That's not our main profession. Taoist priests are all supposed to be powerful and special professional exorcists. We deal with spiritual problems. We handle magic attack, sorcery attack, curses, and things like that. We can be like, I can say that we are like one of the most professional and focused religion in this field, dealing with spiritual things like that. So it's definitely not like, oh, we practice this because we want to relax, or we want to like meditate and then like feel freedom and whatever. No. You're going all wrong. Okay, so why out there you see like many people are doing like meditation, Tai Chi, and some crazy ones even start doing yoga, and I have no idea why they're doing yoga, because yoga is a Buddhism thing. Okay, it's so funny. You go on Google and do a search, and they're like saying that Taoists do yoga. I was like, what? Yoga? That's from the Indian, not Taoist. They got it wrong. It's so funny, huh? So anyway, beside that kind of nonsense, so why would like, how come so many people are into those like Tai Chi and stuff like that? Let me tell you the truth, okay? It's hard to understand without someone who is experienced actually telling you the truth, like right up front, without scared of like offending the government. Or maybe offending some like big organization, right? But here, let me tell you, it's because marketing. Yeah, Tai Chi is because of marketing, okay? First of all, it's a easy to learn thing that you can pass it on to many people in a short time. So, okay, and it's like slow, right? So if you're old or you have like physical problems or whatever things, you try to learn something very fast and aggressive, it will be not so friendly, right? But Tai Chi is like, okay, you can learn this because it's so slow. It's like you can do it at your own pace. It's not rushy, and you don't get hurt, right? When you do it, you don't get hurt. You don't get punched by people, and like people forcing you to do a split and then push you on the ground and ouch. Right? You don't get that kind of treatment. It's very easy going, right? And so it becomes like something that people can do, learn and do daily without much stress. And so it gets popular, it just get popularized. And yeah, so first of all, when did Tai Chi become so popular? Is, well, not a long time ago, let me tell you. It's not a long time ago, okay? It's basically around... you can say it's like my great-grandfather kind of era, or maybe my grandfather kind of era, like the 50s, 60s, like that, okay? So, yeah, around that time, these things become popular. Popular as in like a lot of people are doing it. And it doesn't start from the Taoist side. The funny thing is, it started, first of all, it started from the Chan's Tai Chi, the Chan's village. Okay, so it started from there. But it doesn't get popular until it gets to the second version after that, which is the Yang's Tai Chi, Yang Sik. Okay, the Yang's Tai Chi is much more mild and easy to learn compared to Chan style. So it got popular. And why it got popular is because it got liked by the royal ones. Okay, so the rich and royals likes it, and then it becomes like something that they like start doing for health. And then it got popular because you imagine the government promotes it. Okay, so everywhere is like, oh wow, that's like the new thing, so let's do it. And then everyone starts doing it, and old people does it, and then it gets spread down to, well, the more modern days, when it's like my grandfather kind of days, when they were like all doing some kind of exercise in the park, and then they're like finding things to do, so they got to have something to do, right? And then there goes the actual, like, very hyped point of the Tai Chi. It gets to the third version, which is the Wu's Tai Chi. Wu's Tai Chi is started from Hong Kong. And Hong Kong, right? Very small apartments. Everyone live in a small space. And even you go to the park, there's not a lot of space for you. The problem with Yang's Tai Chi is that the way they do Tai Chi is all like, they go like in a line. So you need a long space to do it. It's fine if you live in China, you have a lot of space. But in Hong Kong, you don't. And the way how Hong Kong apartment is like not so space friendly. If you want to do the Yang's Tai Chi, it's not that easy. Sometimes you run out of space, and then you're like, So someone came out with new stuff, Wu's Tai Chi. The footwork become more squarey, and it's like utilizing the space in a little, like you can have a square rug, and you can like do all the stuff inside there. It's not like the Yang's Tai Chi where you need like a whole hallway to do the whole thing. No, you don't. Okay, so it becomes much more friendly because of the space issue, and it's also much simpler, like even more simple, right? So you see, Tai Chi doesn't get famous because of Taoism, and it doesn't get related to Taoism at all from the beginning, because it was first a kind of martial art for fighting in the Chinese village, and then it becomes something like they do for health, and then people like just group up, and like a lot of old people, they just group up in the park and start doing it, and it becomes like their exercise. Well, these days, the more modern version is like they go to the plaza and start dancing. Yeah, like the modern version of the Tai Chi, like those grannies, they start doing dancing. So they don't do like Tai Chi, like not only Tai Chi, maybe still have, but not a lot. And they do dancing. Okay, so it's just like daily we group together, exercise. It's just a culture. Okay, but it's not about like it can really make you a great Taoist, or it can really help you, whatever. It not like that. It's just like they got famous because a lot of people are promoting it, like they say, for health. And yeah, well, imagine if you are a granny, okay, you don't exercise, like you really literally don't do any exercise. And all you do is like, okay, first of all, you're retired, okay? So all day long you have nothing to do, you stay home. And let me tell you the life of a granny, like a typical Asian granny. What they do is they wake up in the morning because they cannot sleep for very long. So they will wake up in the very early morning. So 6 something, they're up. No alarm needed. Okay, I see that myself all the time because when I was young, I teach those grannies, and I also live with grannies, so I know how it is like. Okay, they all wake up around that kind of time, sometimes even earlier, and then they don't want to get back to sleep, so they get up and eat breakfast, and then they hold on to their cup of tea, and they look outside, and then they do nothing. and then they open the TV a bit, and then they go back up, scout around the house, and then hold the cup of tea again, and then they look outside and stare outside, and it's kind of like you really have nothing to do. Well, think about it. Back then, you don't have a smartphone, you don't swipe Twitter and things like that. No, no one does that. They don't. They will wait until like after 9 something, and then they will start doing phone calls. They call each other's, right? So yeah, and then they have to cook. So their main thing that they do the whole day is think about what to cook for like dinner and lunch for the family, because everyone is out and kids go to school. Mom and dad is like gone to work, so their job is to make sure at lunch they can feed the kids, and then at night they have to prepare a good dinner for the whole family. That's like their focus for the whole day. So imagine you're done with all that. You're done with grocery. Maybe grocery is one of their biggest thing too, because they have nothing to do, right? Going to the grocery, meeting up with their friends, talking is one of the big thing. Okay, so imagine that kind of life, right? All you do is sit, go to grocery, cook, sit, go, sit, and then, yeah, your health is not going to be very good because of the things you do. So what happened is a lot of them will have like weak legs issue, losing memory really quickly, or maybe other kinds of problems. And if you introduce Tai Chi to them, they will be doing it daily, very disciplined, because their friends are all doing it together, right? So every day in the morning, they go there and do this Tai Chi exercise, which is not a bad thing. And imagine you keep doing that for like 10 years. It does really give you a much better body than if you're not doing it, right? You have more balance, so that when you walk, you don't feel like you're tripping over. So like imagine that, like you're old already, and it will be very easy to trip yourself, right? So you reduce the chance of tripping over. You have more strength, so when you go to grocery, you don't like feel like you're so weak that you cannot carry all that stuff, right? And there's a lot of benefit for doing that stuff. So it does help, and that's why Tai Chi got popular, because everyone started doing it, and it does work to a certain extent, and so that's why. But it is definitely not because people want to practice it because of Taoism. And it has nothing to do with Taoism in their point of view. To most people, Tai Chi is just an exercise. Okay? So the thing is, I grew up learning the Tai Chi with my grannies, and then later on I became a teacher as well, though I started teaching in my teens. So well, it was always an exercise. And then when I really dig into it, and I started learning the deeper stuff, and I know, oh, it can fight. Yeah. But the thing is, can it really fight? Like, I mean, you get someone, who do other things, like boxing or Muay Thai or whatever things, right? You try to fight with them, I'll tell you, you get your ass kicked. No way, okay? Yeah, it can fight. I mean, like, if you want me to explain to you how it can apply, and then how it can be done in the real fight situation and things like that, yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah, it could be explained, yes. There are some ways to train so that you can at least use them in a fight, okay? But it doesn't translate to reality where, like, let's say someone want to rob you or rape you, and you really is facing this guy that is like on drug or something, and they are going wild. They're going like wrestling mode on you and trying to like pin you down on the floor and things like that. You try to use Tai Chi, you are losing for sure. Okay, not to offend Tai Chi. Okay, I was a teacher teaching Tai Chi for a long time, and it has its value, but it's definitely not one of those art where you can do street fighting. It's not like a real street fighting kind of martial art. You go and look at some demos of the master, and they are like, oh, we can like do this fighting, like bang, and then they shake the body, and then it looks so powerful, right? Yeah, a lot of like, I see a lot of ladies are doing that, like it just looks cool on the camera, okay? But let me tell you, you give them a heavy bag, like a real heavy bag, 100 pounds, put it there, hang, or put a wave master or something. You try to do that stuff on it, it's not gonna work. It just look good. It's not really going to give you an impact. It's not like that. Now, however, if you want to ask me, like, what kind of martial art will give you like a real street fighting, battle ready power, I would say like, oh well, anything like, if you want to ask Chinese kung fu, I would say something that is like the white crane style or the southern mints, something like that. They practice a lot of like real devastating power strikes and hong ga and things like that. That works, because the thing is, those things, they focus on the reality of fighting, which is power and speed. No power, no talk, really. Like if you are fighting, you have all the grappling technique and such, but that guy is more powerful than you, your grappling all will not work. Right? So you see, yeah, there are styles that are good for actually fighting and some that is actually just have another kind of value. Tai Chi has the value of like, if you are wanting something more casual, easy to learn, and something that can benefit your health and things like that, you can do Tai Chi. It's good, okay, for that purpose, because you don't need to go all out into those hardcore trainings. There's no need for it if you're not looking for that kind of fighting. Okay. However, now let's go back to the main point. Taoist Tai Chi, Taoist martial art. What is Taoist martial art? There are a lot of people right now, especially in the Western culture, going back to China, and they go to Wudang Mountain, Moudong San, right? And they learn the Taoist Kung Fu right there. Well, they come back, and then it becomes like another, how do I say it? It's like they keep, like Wudang keep promoting a set of stuff. And it's kind of like a marketing thing. So you give the whole package to a Westerner, a foreigner. They go back to wherever they were from, maybe USA or somewhere, and then they can spread the whole system, right? And eventually it becomes another Tai Chi club. Yeah, so they focus on Tai Chi, Qigong, and that kind of thing, but also losing the main point, which is you're doing all these things that is no different from those old men in the park kind of Tai Chi. Because the point is, those people who go to China to practice that stuff, right? Their mind don't have the desire, or don't even understand or have the goal in mind, which is, I want to practice this thing for becoming a Taoist priest and then doing this as a profession to save people from spiritual problem. They don't. All they care is martial art. And I understand, like, because it doesn't, it's new to the Western world, right? Most Western people only have exposure to like maybe boxing, karate, taekwondo, those bigger stuff, right? And you don't have anything like Taoist martial art. So if you are looking for martial art, okay, just martial art, okay, and you kind of like the Asian vibe, then you will go for Wudang or whatever, and you think that is like the Taoist martial art. So your mindset is basically going for something that looks cool, more Asian, and also, most importantly, it is a martial art that can fight. And I would say that, like, these people who they go to Wudang and stuff, okay, at the end, you'll be very disappointed. The thing is, you try to go there and learn, and you believe, you have faith that it's a good martial art which can lead you to like fighting, right? But at the end, you realize, after maybe 50 years practice and stuff, and then you fight with someone who does MMA, you lose the battle right away, and you wonder why. Well, yeah. because it was not born for that, right? And you don't realize, oh, well, wrong focus. But then, to Wudang, they don't care. You guys, white people, go over there, pay the money, and they sell you the stuff. Why not? They don't have to educate you so much to change what you were interested in before. Why do all that hassle to change you and not make money, right? The most important thing is you want to learn our stuff. You come pay us and you can learn the stuff. Keep paying, keep learning. That's the point, right? So, yeah, that's why a lot of people really don't get it, because they don't care if you get it or not. They just care about sales. You go there, pay them, they teach you the stuff you want, not what they want, and not what you should have. That's the thing. Okay? Okay. So, Taoist martial art in that regard becomes an other types of martial art, not Taoist martial art. Taoist martial art should not be primary focused on fighting human being, because it's not for that. Like, you're not training this to, let's say, fight in wars or to fight in the ring or doing that kind of stuff. That's not our goal. Our goal is to develop that power that we can apply to our Taoist magic. Okay, so at this point, how does it happen? How do you do that? What's so special? Here, let us dig into the topic of this power, Qi. Okay, Qi. First of all, Qi is not the mysterious force that is like, oh, you hold on to someone's hand and then they go like shaking up and down and then lose control and then they just flip their eyes and vomit. No, not like that. It cannot be like, oh, you can wave your hand and then make fire. It's not like that, okay? Qi is real and is not something that's so hard to understand. So, what is the Qi? First of all, let us get into the most important thing and the most commonly used word that people always talk about but don't understand, which is Jing Hei San. Okay? Jing Hei San. Jing is the essence. Hei is the Qi, right? The energy. San is the power. So, what is the Jing, the essence? The essence is your heart, that heart power inside you. What is the heart? The heart we're talking about is not the organ. It's the heart in your energy body. It's in the center of your energy body. If you put your fingers between the two nipples, that is the center point where the heart is. Not the heart like that pumps the blood, not that heart. This energy heart is not visible by your naked eye, but it is a energy heart that feels, that gives you the power to feel alive and have feelings. Okay, your heart gives you feelings and it generates emotions. Okay, so now you understand what the Jing is. Okay, the essence, the heart. So what does it have to do with the Qi? Because the essence gives birth to energy. And that means your heart, when your heart has feelings, it gives birth to the power to think and the power to push your body to take action. The energy that we talk about, or the Qi that we talk about, is the soul energy. This soul energy is not used for starting a fire without using a match or whatever, okay? It's not like that. Soul energy, there are three different properties of soul energy: neutral, negative, and positive. Neutral soul energy helps you to connect your heart, your energy body to the physical world. And because of that, you feel alive. You feel you exist. You feel the want and desire to stay alive. If your neutral energy is all gone, you will be very emotionless. You will have no feeling and you want to suicide and you want to die because you don't feel the point to stay alive anymore. So this is the neutral soul, neutral energy. The negative energy inside your soul helps you to think, ponder, process information, and it also helps you to basically do the brain work, what we call the brain work. Okay, so anything that we use the brain, okay, it's basically you're using the soul. The soul is the energy that actually process the information. So if your negative soul is not really powerful or is very weak or damaged, your thinking part will be weakened. For example, you'll be let's say something happened, your friend said something, and because your negative soul is kind of weak or maybe affected or maybe polluted, then what happened is you get the message wrong. You will listen to this and they are like maybe your friend is like complimenting you, and somehow in your ears or in your head it translates to something else, and you think that your friend is insulting you and you feel bad about it, and then you turn the whole conversation sour, and that happens a lot with a lot of people, right? So that's when your negative soul have issue, that will happen. And also sometimes we have this issue of thinking the wrong way or thinking too much. Let's say, someone just looked at you and then you somehow see that, and in your mind you start thinking, oh, they must be thinking this, they must be like laughing at me, they must be like, must be, right? And then all that heart devils come out, and it's just like kind of destroy you internally because of all that crap going on inside yourself. That is the negative soul. The positive soul energy is even more important. It pushes your physical body, organ, and anything physical to move. Okay, you heard of people having like heart surgery, and then somehow their heart just don't pump. The heart just fails. It just doesn't pump because the positive soul is what makes them move. It's not the heart, like that piece of organ that will move by itself. It's the heart is moved by the yang energy, the positive energy from your soul. So let's say if your positive energy is overhyped, or like you have too much of that, okay, simple way of saying it is like, oh, you will get very hot-headed, but if you are like a calm person and you'll be like, I'm very calm, I'm not like those people who want to fight and argue, what can this do to me? Well, listen, your body, your organ can also overhype, and that turns out to be like high blood pressure, or maybe your body is like the immune system is acting faster than normal, and then it becomes attacking your own body and generating stuff that is like too fast, and it becomes a harm to your body. It can happen. So you see, the soul energy is very important, and it is not used as like what most people think, like it can be a special power that you can like do a palm strike to someone and then they will like boom and explode. It's not used for that. It's more important than just physically busting a mountain. Okay, so these are the energy. Okay, these are the energy. So the next step, we'll move on to the sun, which is the power. What is the power? The power here is not actually directly translated as power, but we just use the word, okay? What it means, the sun, is our desire and potentials that we can achieve. So let's say I want to do something. I want to cook lunch. Okay? I want to cook lunch. So I have the heart for it. Like I have the desire, want for it. I really want to cook lunch. Okay? I have that. And then my energy inside, my soul, okay, it's strong at the moment. So I'll be thinking about it, and my body can actually move to execute. So that's good. But that combined together equals to the potential result, which is like you have the feel, you have the power thinking inside, and that's like how much you can do at the end. So if you have not cultivated enough before into your heart and your soul, it's like someone who hasn't learned to cook much. They don't really know how to cook. So even they really want to cook and they have the hype to cook and they have the energy inside, the power at the end is not very good because they never cultivated, like they never learned stuff. And so it's like you have nothing much to start with. That's how much you can get. It's kind of hard to understand the sun part because it's not a common theory, but it also leads to like the vision, the potentials that you like what you can achieve at the end. So if we have good, if we have a good essence, good energy, it will for sure lead to a better potential, better result. Okay, you can say like that. Okay, so we now understand what the chi is, right? We all understand what the chi is about. It's your soul energy, right? Very simple. Your soul energy. Your soul energy helps you to think, helps you to feel alive, and it helps you to like have a better body. Your body knows how to function, right? So imagine you get old. You get old right now, right? And your body is not listening to whatever is inside you. It's like you want to raise your hand, but it just cannot. You know, when people have heart disease, they try to raise their hand and they just can't. It's not like if you force it to happen, it can happen. But if you tell them to do it, they just cannot. Right? And that shows you how the soul energy can actually give you a great impact on your physical body, physical health. So how and what's so special about the Taoist martial art? How does it help us cultivate this energy? How can we cultivate the soul energy? First of all, your focus. Your focus, like why you do this, right? Must not be, oh, because I want to fight someone. I want to kick someone's butt. Your mindset is a very important thing. You cannot start and want to fight other people. This is the most important thing. If you want to fight, you should practice something else. It's okay. You should want, first of all, you focus into yourself. It's a self-improvement thing, right? So you focus into yourself first. Secondly, all the stuff that we do emphasize on the manipulation of your chi. It's not like, oh, let's do a punch and then do a kick, you know. It's not just that. We focus on how to control and use and move around the chi. And in order to do that, there are a lot of things that you need to understand and like it's a different way to train. Okay? So the training is not like you just learn the movement. You know, like when you go to the park and learn Tai Chi, it's like you follow and just kind of follow them and do the movement slowly and it'll be okay. But in Taoist martial art, It's not like that. You must start by learning how to control your chi by learning the breathing methods. The breathing method is to control the chi. It's not just controlling the breathing. Okay? So you have to understand the energy body and how the energy body works. These things are not taught in other martial arts system because they don't focus on that and they don't even know about the energy body. Okay, so we talk about how our energy body works, how you can cultivate more energy into your body, and how to detox or push out energies from your energy body. One very important thing is that a Taoist martial art is for a Taoist to practice, right? So you must be an ordained Taoist. Why do you have to be an ordained Taoist to practice this? Well, you can also practice it even you're not ordained. It's just like those people in the park doing Tai Chi, right? So it's fine. You can just practice it like a sport, like another kind of martial art. But if you want to achieve the goal, the end goal, okay, applying that power to your Taoist magic and all that, you must be ordained. Because once you're ordained, you're connected to the Tao, which is the power source. When you do those stuff that, like, you start doing the training and all the stuff that, inside the system, it helps you. While you're doing it, you are channeling the power from the power source. You are taking, absorbing, consuming the power from a gathered, cultivated pool of powers. It's like there's already a let's say, you can say, like, there's a power plant. The power plant already has a lot of power stored up there and cultivated and all that. Or like a water plant. It is like people already collected a lot of water in there, purified it, cleaned it, and your job is to take from there. Well, some people might say, why I cannot go to nature and then start absorbing the chi there? Well, because the thing is like this. Why don't you just go outside the ocean and take the water and start drinking it? It doesn't work, right? Once you took the resources from nature, there's a processing that needs to be done. You took the water, you need to cook it. You need to filter it. You need to purify it, right? So many things to do to make it drinkable. So, yeah, you can drink rainwater, but it just makes you not so good, right? So, yeah, there are people who harvest the energy or harvest water or harvest whatever in nature, and then they put it into a system to process it, make it clean, make it better, right? Like people harvest honey and then they, do all the work to make it like into the stuff that you can buy in the supermarket, right? Your job is to be the one getting from those sources so that you can get the processed good, the crystallized energy. That is the difference. So when you're practicing Taoist martial art or Taoist Qigong, you are not consuming or getting the energy from nature as in like you just go outside and that's nature. No, you're getting it from the collected and processed it and crystallized stuff that the lineage has cultivated. So it's a power plant. It's a cultivated pool of energy that is cultivated in the lineage, and you get from there. So why you need to be ordained as a Taoist in order to get it? It's because, well, you're not a member of this, then how can you be getting anything, right? You want to be let's say you want to have a phone service, right? You want your phone to work. You need to join the company, and then the company will give you a line and your phone will work. You want the internet, you need to be subscribed to whatever internet, and then now you get internet service. So in order to tap onto the Taoist energy, okay, you need to be a Taoist. You need to be a part of it in order to get it. And so the fact is, yes, not everyone, and it's definitely not like you go to the park and then it will, it will be like that. It's not like that. It's definitely not so easy. So that's what makes Taoist martial arts so special. Once you start practicing, you start cultivating and absorbing that power from the crystallized resource pool into your body. That's what makes a difference. Once you start getting that power from the source into your body, you will feel the difference. Things work so much faster and better, and it becomes so much more effective. For example, the Qigong, okay? One of the Qigong that I do, specifically, like a lot of people are facing like COVID, people are having COVID spreading it around, and some people get some symptoms from the contaminations and people spreading around, but they're not actually like being attacked by the COVID yet, but they're like feeling it, and so they will have some symptoms like coughing, sneezing, and things like that, right? Well, during that stage, if you do one of these Qigong that we teach, it will get rid of the symptom in like instantly after the session. That's how powerful it is. And I've tried it myself, I've taught people, and they have done it, and it works. So why does it work so well is not because of the exercise itself. It's because the exercise itself is a way for you to use your body to channel the power from the source. Now, at this point, if you see people like saying, we're doing Taoist Qigong, we're doing whatever, let's go to the forest, go into the mountain, okay? And then that's like nature, and we're like grabbing the chi from the trees and hugging the tree and all that. What a joke. It's like you are trying to get power, let's say, okay, we are talking about like this. You are taking a rock, throwing it, and calling that like a gun. And we are actually getting bullets, okay? Bullets. And bullet, you cannot find a bullet in nature. Someone needs to make it, right? So it's a cultivated form, like a product, a fruit, cultivated. And we are taking bullets, and we're calling that a gun, shoot it, and that's the difference. So yes, you can take a rock and throw it and call that, we're like, shooting projectiles. But we're talking about bullets, okay? So it's like a kid telling you, I got a gun, and they bring out the Nerf gun. And now you say, I got a gun, and you bring out a real gun, with a bullet. That's the difference. You go out there to the park and forest and mountain and try to absorb the energy from the tree and such. You're no different from being a vampire. You're just like grabbing stuff from other living beings. It's like you just harvest. The good word is like I harvest the energy from nature. But the reality is you're being a vampire going out there and you're just sucking the blood out of everything. You're looting, right? It's not yours. You're looting. While they're alive, you loot it. Okay? So the proper Taoist martial art, you are taking from a cultivated and a source that is like, it's like something that we cultivated. We made it. It's a farmed power, right? It's like a farm. We grew it. It's ours. We own it. It's ours. What's the problem? Eating our own fruit at the garden, right? It's our own garden. But it's not okay to go outside and just pick everything from other people's place, right? It's not yours. In order to say like, oh, I'm going to eat this, you need to claim it. It needs to be yours first, right? So, yeah, if you just go outside and, grab fruit from, like, oh, I see a burger on the chair, and you just grab it and eat it, you're stealing. It's not yours. But if it's something you made at home, you're not stealing. It's yours. Right? So Taoist martial art, you take from a source that you can and is authorized to take. It's something that opens up to you because you are a Taoist. You're part of the lineage, part of the family, so you can have access to this pool of energy. As you practice the martial art, no matter what kind of martial art, what kind of Qigong inside that lineage, you are doing the martial arts and you are also channeling those powers from the source of the lineage. That is what makes the biggest difference. And these powers that you are getting from the cultivation is what we call pre-heaven energies. These pre-heaven energies can also be called magic power. Okay? And they go onto your body and they get soaked up by your body, and that makes your body transform into a different state. It allows your body to, like when you move or punch or whatever, you can, like when you practice enough, you can bypass that barrier between the different spiritual dimensions. So, like I said before, you see a ghost and you try to punch the ghost, right? Normal people punch the ghost. It's just like you're like punching air. Nothing goes in and they don't get hurt. A Taoist, you can punch the ghost and the ghost can get hurt because your body is cultivated. It's a different kind of power. And this cannot happen by just going out to the forest or the mountain or your backyard to do some Tai Chi. It's not like that, okay? You need to be ordained into a lineage that practice this kind of stuff. And there goes a special power that you can cultivate as you do those exercise and things like that. It will gather up that power into your body and it will allow you to have that power. And this is what's so special because it relates to our profession, which is handling spiritual problems, which is dealing with spiritual problems, right? You're using them for like magic battles, exorcisms, and things like that. And if you don't have these powers, you are so weak in the spiritual world. Those evil things come and attack you. You have no way to defend yourself because you don't know these things. You have not cultivated the powers onto your body like that. And that makes you a very weak sorcerer or weak mage, right? But once you have cultivated these things, those spiritual things cannot bully you anymore because now I can touch you, right? So you see, that is the difference between Taoist martial art and normal, ordinary people's martial art. Now, one question from some people would be, so can you guys who do Taoist martial art, can you fight? Yeah, you can fight. Why not? Right? It just depends, like, against who? Right? In reality, there are always people who can beat you up. Right? No matter how good you are at whatever martial art, there could be a bad day for you that you don't feel well. You're not in a top condition. You're not prepared. Or maybe the guy is like going nuts on you and whatever, right? There can always be a chance that you can get your ass beaten up. But can you fight? Yes, you can. Okay, learning the Taoist martial art, you can fight. It's battle ready. Okay, you can fight. And but like I have to say, it's not like you learn this, then you can go, like go into the ring and start fighting and all that stuff, right? Because if you go there, start fighting in the ring and stuff, you are actually going off track, your focus, because you want to win in the ring. Your focus is off already. Your focus should be not for that. You lose the focus already. So, yeah, for a normal person, if you say, I don't really have the desire to grow up and become like a Taoist priest, to actually like do exorcism and all that stuff. What can Taoist martial art do for me then? Well, I would say, first of all, it makes your health better, right? Physical health and mental health. It gets your health better. Secondly, it helps you to prevent a lot of sickness, such as COVID. And it will make you smarter because it cultivates your soul energy, which is the power that helps you think and remember stuff. And it will also give you a certain level of self-defense power. A normal person who hasn't cultivated much martial art and just go nuts on you, you can take that kind of impact because we have that ability to train the body to become tougher. We condition the body. And you can withstand a lot of those kind of like normal people kind of impact. So you will be able to defend yourself or your loved ones. So yeah, you can do self-defense. And also, most importantly, is you have the power to defend yourself and your loved ones from spiritual attacks. Spiritual attacks, such as like you're sleeping and there's something trying to pin you down and you just got into a sleep paralyzed situation and cannot move, and then you see the spirits, it's like trying to rape you and things like that. No more, because you can kick their butt, okay? Or if someone, went to like a haunted house or hotel or something, and spirit is there trying to, kick your butt, you can kick their butt back. You have the ability to do that, which means the spirits can also sense that your soul energy is much stronger than normal people. What that means is that they go near you, they feel that you are like a hot fireball compared to like a normal person. It's kind of like a warm to touch, so it's not so bad. So they know you are a strong one. That eliminates like a big chance of the spirit trying to pick on you because you're stronger. So they don't want to pick on you, right? So you avoid a lot of problems. You don't even need to fight. You avoided a lot of problems. And that is very important. That is very, very useful. A lot of people get affected by these evil things, spiritual things, without actually noticing, and then they get the end result, which is like, oh, I got sick, and then I cannot sleep. You think that it's just you got sick or you just cannot sleep? No, it started from the spiritual thing attacking you, but you just skip and cannot sense it. But once you practice these Taoist martial art, the real ones, you will realize, hey, how come I don't get sick quite often? Well, because a lot of sickness is actually due to spiritual attack, which you don't see them, and then you got attacked and it penetrated you and you got the end result already. But as Taoists, we have the ability to like just scare them off, right? So that way you don't get sick as often already. You eliminated a lot of those kind of sickness. So if you actually get sick, it could be really like, oh, the weather is cold or something like that, and you caught a flu. So you see, it's very useful, right? So where can you learn this stuff? Okay, well, if you want to learn Taoist martial art these days, you can go to our website, Tinyat Dragon, Tinyat, Tinyat, dragon.com. And then there you go. You have our website. You can get ordained, and after you ordain, you can join our monthly classes, and we are teaching Taoist martial art there. And some months we'll be teaching magic. Some months we're teaching Taoist martial art, but it depends. Okay, so you can always ask and request, and we will open up classes if there are like more people interested in the same topic. But anyway, so if you really want to get into those Taoist martial art, okay, not do the Tai Chi in the park and that kind of thing, and you're definitely not going to like, oh, let me just learn about Chinese culture. No, not culture. Okay, come on, it's Taoist martial art, real Taoist martial art. Okay, you are connected to a source of cultivated power, and you're cultivating that martial art to bring that power into your body, to strengthen your energy body, to protect you from spiritual attacks, and to make your body able to fight and defend yourself and not limited to this physical realm only. You can like punch through the boundary, like punch through the wall and to the other side. That is very, very powerful. Anyway, so if you want to learn, you can go to our website and get ordained, or email me to inquire if you want. And we'll see you in the next episode. Okay, that's it for today. See you next time. Bye bye.